Viewers, let's talk about a landmark declaration now by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. He has announced the end of Red Terror, which means Naxal-Mukt Bharat objective has been achieved. The deadly armed insurgency that gripped India's heartland for decades. You know, the Red Corridor? Magazines would have that as their cover. That stands eliminated. Bastar is free. The Red Corridor is shrinking into history. Maoist leaders neutralized. Many have been arrested. They have surrendered. Tribals can finally breathe free and development is reaching every village. Once held hostage by the guns, Amit Shah blamed Congress for not supporting the fight against Red Terror in the state of Chhattisgarh. This is what he said.
और मैं निसंकोच कहना चाहता हूं, ढेर सारी ऐसी नॉन बीजेपी सरकारों ने नक्सल मुक्त अभियान में हमारा समर्थन किया है, मगर छत्तीसगढ़ की कांग्रेस सरकार ने नक्सल उन्मूलन अभियान में हमारा सहयोग नहीं किया था। एक मुक्त सांस पूरा बस्तर ले रहा है। हम सबके लिए ये बड़ा आनंद का विषय है कि बस्तर नक्सल मुक्त हो गया है।
Now, while the jungle war is won, the fight is not finished. Urban Naxals, those who provide intellectual cover, legal shields, and, ideological fuel from the safety of cities are now firmly on the radar, or should be on the radar. These are people who have sympathy for extremists, terrorists, while ignoring the blood of our Jawans. So let's open this up. Mr. Balan joining the broadcast. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the BJP, is with us. Sanju Verma, the Home Minister is saying in Chhattisgarh, the Congress, when the Congress was ruling Chhattisgarh, did not support us in our crackdown against Maoists.
You know, if you look at the 2.5-minute video of Amit Shah, he's given out 3 dates. 13th December 2023, when the BJP-led government came to power in Chhattisgarh and we started a crackdown on Naxals. Then he says 24th August 2024, the Union Home Ministry took a decision that come 31st March 2026, Naxalism will be eradicated. And then he says, before 31st March 2026, Naxal-Mukt Bharat is a pleasant reality. So let me just say one thing. Do you remember in 2010, in Chhattisgarh, 76 CRPF officials were butchered by Naxalites, and Manmohan Singh and the kitchen cabinet of Sonia Gandhi put out a note saying the butchering of CRPF Jawans by Naxalites should not be discussed in public domain. And look at 2026. आज हम डंके की चोट पर कहते हैं, from 126 Naxalite affected districts in 2013, today that number is how much? ZERO 0. And let me make one thing very clear to you. Naxalism is not just about a hidma. तुम जितने हिडमा मारोगे, उतने हिडमा निकलेंगे. Naxalism is not just about a Basava Raju who was neutralized. Naxalism is a mindset. Mindset which says, गुस्ताखे रसूल की एक ही सजा, सर तन से जुदा, सर तन से जुदा. The mindset which says, भारत तेरे टुकड़े होंगे, inshallah, inshallah. But I want to leave your audience with just one last point. I think the greatest, service done by the Modi government after abrogation of Article 370 and the consecration ceremony at the Ram Mandir is uprooting Naxalism fair and square. And I think
You're right, this was our biggest internal security threat and it was trivialized all along. Tehseen, I'm coming to you. Mr. Balan, do you know what is an urban Naxal?
What you said?
Have you heard the word urban Naxal?
Naxal-Mukt Bharat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, the Home Minister say Naxal-Mukt Bastar. And he didn't say poverty-Mukta Bastar, illiteracy-Mukta Bastar, hunger-Mukta Bastar, disease-Mukta Bastar. He doesn't say that. See, do you know what is happening in Bastar? It's a corporate loot. And you want to encourage cutting of trees, killing animals, looting minerals, spoiling the environment.
Mr. Balan, I
and
don't know
all
where
the-
you're reading this from or who's told you. You didn't answer my question about who is an urban Naxal or what is an urban Naxal. But let me ask you this. You're talking about poverty, education, etc. Do you know how many schools were blown off by the Maoists?
Do you know how many girls were raped in Bastar? Do you know
No, so
how
if
many
girls are, no, 1 minute.
tribal girls
Mr.
of-
Balan, okay, wonderful. If, now answer this, 1 minute. Mr. Balan, if girls are raped, if there is injustice, even by the state, should people pick up arms? Just answer this question.
And any government in the
Mr.
world is
Balan,
killing
answer
its
my
own
question.
people. Are you using the sophisticated...
Mr. Balan, will you answer your question or, I can't even do anything with you because, we don't have time.
What-
Yeah,
what
Dr.
is your
Ranganathan.
question?
Now, this happens all the time, and that is why I say that the only way there is no cure for communism. The only way it can be eradicated is through herd immunity. The same Mr. Balan, cat will get his tongue if I were to say that all those tens of thousands, lakhs of Kashmiri Hindus who were raped, pillaged, looted, driven out, if they were to pick up arms and fight for their rights, would he support them? Then he would say, no, you cannot give guns to them. No, it has to be a peaceful means. But for his friends who are urban Naxals and bourbon Naxals and field Naxals, everything is fine. Look, what Amit Shah ji has achieved is incredible. An almost complete wipe out of Naxalism. There is 84% decline, Pranesh, in Naxal affected district in the last 5 years from 70 to 11. Unthinkable. There is 89% decline in Naxal related violence in the last 15 years from 1936 to 118. There is 91% reduction in civilians and security forces deaths in the last 15 years from 1000 to 93. 5,571 Naxals have surrendered in the last 5 years. 355 Naxals have been neutralized last year. What are you talking about? This is what you call as taking stringent measures to make India secure. Congratulations to Narendra Modi government and to Amit Shah.
Mr. Balan, if you stand in front of the mirror, you will have answer to the question I asked you. Now don't ask me what was the question. Tehseen.
Pranesh, there are two parts to this. Number one, it's unfair for the Honorable Home Minister to politicize this against the Congress party. If anyone's lost their leaders to Naxalism, it's the Congress party. They've lost their entire leadership in Chhattisgarh was wiped out. I remember Mrs. Gandhi, the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, flying to Chhattisgarh. The BJP Chief Minister Raman Singh Ji was there, and he and the Chief Secretary offered to resign on the intelligence failure of the state government. And we know this, Times Now carried this story. But let me come to a larger issue. I completely congratulate the Home Minister. Naxalism is coming to an end. All state governments, including Congress, have contributed, including Telangana, etc. recently. The point is, left-wing extremism, I'm not talking about Naxalism, left-wing violence has gone up in India. Just look at Manipur. Look at what's happening in Manipur. And the Home Minister needs to take accountability for that. If he takes credit for what's happening with Naxalism ending, and I congratulate him, he needs to be held accountable for left-wing violence in Manipur.
Professor,
there he doesn't take accountability.
No, okay. Then in the same breath, Tehseen, who takes the blame for allowing, Maoists to flourish in India? Would you name a party?
I think one political party that has had an alliance with the Tripura Liberation Front, which wants a separate
Tehseen,
Tripura outside.
Okay, we've run out of time on this, Professor Mondal. Sorry, I couldn't come to you. Maybe in the days to come we'll have a more substantive debate on this. Viewers, News Hour with Navita Kumar coming up on the other side.